I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open in front of you, and please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. For question number 1, we have to be aware of the context. The word after the gap is period, and that period has been identified in the text beforehand, talking about when piglets die. And so we need, in the gap, we need to put a word, the correct determiner, which helps us to understand which kind of period it is. And there's 2 determiners that we can choose from in order to allow us to do that, and those are this or that. For question number 2, we have to choose the word to complete the expression, and this expression basically means when trying to do something or an attempt to do something. But what is the word that we need for this expression? Well, we need a preposition, and that preposition is in. For question number 3, you have to pay attention to the language used in the sentence beforehand. Sometimes prepositions work in pairs. So you have from and to, you have out and you have in. If you have away, you then have towards, and that's why the answer is towards. Question number 4, all about language patterns. If you have a look at the language pattern that comes before the gap, it should tell you, if you're very good at vocabulary and grammar, as I'm sure you are, that you're going to need a full infinitive here. So what do we need to complete the full infinitive? We need to lie on. For question number 5, it always helps to have a look at the context and try to understand the message in a slightly different way. If we understand the message, then that's half the battle won to getting the correct vocabulary. And what we need to do is basically understand this as meaning almost all. We can't say almost because of very. We can't say very almost all of them. So we need to choose another word to replace almost in this case. And it is nearly, very nearly. For question number 6, we can do exactly the same thing as we did for question number 5. If we have a look at the message is much more than half of the piglets preferred to lie around on warm waterbeds. Well, no surprise there perhaps. So we have to think of a different form of language which fits the gap, which gives us our answer in this case. And here it is well over half of the piglets. Much more than half, well over half. Question number 7, simple language patterns. Interestingly, gap farmers. Interestingly, gap someone. What's the preposition going to be? For. For question number 8, this is an area of grammar that we see from time to time with these questions. And if it's an area of grammar that you're not that familiar with, then I'd encourage you now to go onto the internet or find a good grammar book to help you understand this a bit better. I am, of course, talking about inversions. And this is a form of inversion to emphasize something that's presented in the text. What's the answer that we need here? Not only. So here the answer is not.